What up, everybody? Ever since the conclusion of BMF Season 4, the big question's been if there's going to be a Season 5. Now, normally this wouldn't even be a discussion because there's been no news from the Starz camp that BMF Season 4 was the final season. The season finale even said on the trailer, season finale and not series finale. Keep it in mind that Starz announced prior to Book 2 Go Season 4 that it would be the final season, and over a year before Force Season 3 that it would be that show's final season. But because 50 Cent made some social media posts a few months ago saying this was going to be BMF's last season, after Big Meech was seen in pictures with Rick Ross, there's been a lot of speculation that BMF Season 4 would be the show's final season. But like I said, there's been no official word from the network one way or another. With that said, Lala Anthony, who plays Marquisha on BMF, recently did an interview with Angie Martinez after the conclusion of BMF Season 4. And in this interview, she went on to say the following when talking about her acting career. Quote, "And then from the work perspective, like BMF is done. So you know, I had a good closure there. We had a good run. Me transitioning from Power right into BMF, did 6 seasons of Power, then 4 seasons of BMF. So it was almost 10 years of just back-to-back television." Then she went on to say, "But you know, kind of like you said, closing a chapter, even though BMF and Power aren't connected, to me it's kind of the same world. So it's closing that chapter and figuring out, okay, what's next there." So by the way Lala was talking in this interview, it definitely sounds like she got word or some kind of information that BMF would not be returning for another season. In addition to Lala saying this was the final season, leading up to the Season 4 finale, Miles Pruitt, who played B. Mickey, and Da Vinci, who played Terry, made a promo video about joining them at a specific club to watch the Season 4 finale of BMF. And in this specific promo video, Miles Pruitt straight up said that it was the series finale. And Da Vinci somewhat said that it was the series finale, but caught himself, and I guess trying to hold out hope that there would be another season, said that he doesn't want to speak that. Again, like he was assuming that it's the final season, but still hadn't got any official word as of yet. But with that said, if there's any type of clue from the show that Season 4 would be the last season, I think it was Da Vinci wearing that fat suit in the final episode. Because the fact he was wearing the fat suit in the finale likely meant, even if it wasn't the series finale, that they would be recasting and bringing in older characters to play Meech and Terry. Because if they did return for a Season 5, or potentially even more seasons than that, I just don't see Da Vinci wearing that fat suit as he portrays Terry moving forward. Then there was also the latest news reported about Starz that doesn't look good for BMF moving forward. It was recently reported that over the last 3 months, that Starz has lost over 1 million subscribers, a 500,000 domestic subscribers, and also lost almost $50 million. And the report said this is partially due to shows like BMF Season 4 underperforming. Either those Starz tried to blame these losses on their split with Lionsgate. But me personally, I feel like a big part of why Starz has taken so many losses is the fact they have power shows that have been done filming for so long. But yet they keep pushing back the release dates to where it's now going to be over 2 more months before Force even comes back out. Do they really think people aren't canceling their subscriptions during these long breaks? And with that said, just the other day, 50 also made a post on social media with an AI pic of him carrying luggage with the caption saying, "I'm out. I'm done with this. They just shot themselves in the head. If it was a person, we would be watching them die." And either though he didn't specifically state who he was talking about in this post, I think there was a good chance that he was talking about Starz. Because like I said in a video I made last week, that Starz is moving in a way right now that they might end up having to partner with a bigger company like HBO or Paramount in order to survive as a company. Either that or 50 might need to partner with a bigger company and buy out the Power franchise from Starz before they end up running that into the ground also. Keeping in mind that 50 does now own his own network, 50 Cent Action. Getting me to the question, if BMF Season 4 was in fact the show's final season, what went wrong? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Because personally, when Big Meech got out of prison, I thought that the show would go to a whole nother level, but it seemed like the opposite happened. Because first there was Terry Flannery, who took a picture with one of 50 Cent's ops, Supreme's son. Supreme was who allegedly put the hit out on 50 when he got shot 9 times. Then after Meech got out of prison, he took the picture with Rick Ross, someone who everybody already knows 50 has beef with. And that's when 50 started making the social media post that BMF Season 4 would be the show's final season. And with that said, ironically enough, since the end of BMF Season 4 a little over a week ago, I noticed that a few of Lil Meech's IG stories have been promoting something for Rick Ross, even though I can't remember exactly what it was. Then there's also the fact that once Meech got out of jail, and after he took the picture with Rick Ross, reports started coming out saying that Meech cooperated with an informant named Tammy Cowens. And 50 even said he was going to do a Tammy Cowens tell-all documentary exposing Big Meech for third-party snitching. Then there's also the fact that I don't think 50 made a single post to promote BMF Season 4 for the entire season. And 50 promoting these shows on his social media platforms I do think plays a factor in viewership, because the fact that 50 has more followers than the show pages in Starz do combined, and it's not even close. So a big part of the reason why it seems like BMF could be getting canceled is the fact that 50 does have a real life beef with Big Meech, and it wasn't just something they were doing for promotion. Like I said a while back, either though that would be something out of 50's playbook, at the same time calling someone a rat, especially someone who had been in the game as long as Meech and also did 20 years in prison, definitely isn't nothing to joke about, even if it was for promotion. I mean, 50 was going after both Big Meech and Lil Meech hard, and if it was for promotional purposes, then it obviously backfired. So I think this is most likely the reason why the show won't continue, if that is in fact the truth, more than the show itself not being good enough. Because personally I enjoy this series, and even though I probably put the power shows ahead of BMF, I would definitely put BMF ahead of a show like The Chi that's already been renewed for its 8th season. And if BMF is done, the worst part about it is we're not going to even get a complete story, with so much of the BMF story left untold, even though they did begin to expedite a lot of the stories at the end of Season 4. But with that said, I don't know if it was ever intended to tell the complete story, because the fact they were showing the flash forward scenes all the way back from Season 1. And the flash forward scene from Season 2 was literally Terry getting arrested in 2005 in St. Louis. So if they wanted to tell a complete story, I don't think they would have showed any of that, or even Meech and Terry going to trial, until it got to that point in the timeline, instead of doing the flash forwards. So there you have it, potentially the end of BMF according to Lala Anthony in her interview with Angie Martinez. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.